Jeffrey tries to be productive, but he keeps indulging in the modern addictions such as TikTok. If only he could delete TikTok. Adonis doesn't even know TikTok. Instead, he does productive things such as reading or starting a business. He knows that once he enters TikTok, he will keep scrolling and procrastinating, so he doesn't do it. Now, I want to start this video by just directly saying delete TikTok. Most of you are losing all your purpose and motivations to this app, which is just a waste. TikTok is really worse than you thought. You might think it isn't as bad and say that it's good, but just think how much new information your brain is processing like every second. Just that causes your brain to be fried, and just your attention span also just, how's it called? Your attention span diminishes, it gets tiny, and you are also less mindful of the situation. What I mean by very short attention span is that if you open TikTok, every time you scroll, which you can do in a second or so, you get a lot of new information that your brain has to digest, and it just creates like a memory to be better with short information, which just makes your attention span shorter. That's 1 second is very short compared to 100 years ago. For example, when they were reading a book or something, they had an attention span of like a half an hour easily, but now if you just try to read a book, 1 sentence and your mind is already gone off. That's because like your attention span is diminished. Just think, people all the way back in humanity needed to stay focused, like watching out the whole night for dangerous animals so their tribe doesn't die. And research has just shown that we have now a shorter attention span than goldfishes, which is just sad. How do you feel after watching TikTok in a row for 2 hours? Stupid, right? Now, these platforms also manipulate you to stay on the app and for the new information, and I might tell it later, but also your brain tries to somewhat kill your purpose. Like it says to you, or you say to yourself, it's 4:22, let's say 4 p.m. 22, let's watch till 4 p.m. 25, then 4 p.m. 25, you say, okay, after this video, if it isn't 26, I'ma watch further. If it is 26, I'ma quit. If it's then 26, you watch till 30, and so on for hours. Just think. And it's just a loop that keeps repeating itself, every day. Just think of it. It's just like video games, like, you know, the video game cult, like in the nights when they are playing games, when you lose, your bro says or you says, we can't quit on a loss, so we need to win. I just heard a noise. And when you win, you and your bro say, we're on a win streak, let's go, let's keep this winning streak. See the loop? When you lose, you don't want to quit. When you win, you don't want to quit. When do you then actually quit? That's just problematic. It happened to me like 2 or 3 hours ago. Like it was 1 p.m. 25, I think, and I said, let me watch this TikTok for no, I don't have TikTok. What I mean is like YouTube has those YouTube shorts, and I was watching that, but not on my main channel, but on an other channel which hasn't like the videos that I normally watch and normally produce. It has like those normal videos of Mr. Beast and those tech things and Rubik's cubes. I was just watching 30, 35, 40, 45. When I put down my phone, it was 3 p.m. and I still needed to do a lot of work. I needed to script, film, edit videos, and I wanted also to read, but then my attention span is just like diminished. Basically just lost my dopamine to something that fried my brain even more. No, not my dopamine. I basically just lost my time to a dopamine that fried my brain, which just is a waste of time. When I finally, like I said, put down the phone, it was already time for the gym rings. Like, that was 2 hours after what I normally needed to do, but I was on YouTube Shorts scrolling. It was time for the gym rings, and I needed to do the gym rings a bit later, so it was gonna be dark when I went, and that was gonna be a problem because, yeah, in the park alone, the darkness of the night, and so. Wait, I just realized it didn't happen to me 2 hours ago, but yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago, 2 days ago. Another bad thing about TikTok is that it's just softcore porn. Like, when you open TikTok, you see all these girls your age or a bit older shaking ass, which starts to make you degenerate. And how do you say? You get hornier and hornier every time you see a video, and you need that dopamine spike, so you keep chasing that video. Oh my god, this video is gonna be long. And these over sexual dances eventually lead to fapping, which also is also bad for your mental health. So it's just destroying two things at once. Like this year in the summer vacation, I don't know how you call it, the vacation in July and August, I was a total Jeffrey. I was laying down for 4 hours in a row, scrolling on TikTok, doing some events with a family, again laying down 3 hours TikTok. I was just wasting time. Eventually, there were a couple of weddings, and after these weddings, we got a visit, and a cousin of me told me that TikTok, all these like bad things about TikTok, and that it's just not good for your attention span. And I realized it, and after a minute without thinking, I just deleted it. And since then, I don't have TikTok. Since then, my journey started, but the problem was that I still had like those other social media apps like Instagram, which is almost the same, but not in the way for softcore porn, but it just shows, it just make you like depressed because there are people with a status that you don't have, all these influencers, and so, and Reddit, with it, which is just an social media full of Jeffreys. So that means if you have Reddit and use it, you're in Jeffrey. Sorry, but it is true. Put your hand in the air and say it with me. Wait, I'm not gonna say it. If I am in Jeffrey if I still use Reddit. How does that make you feel? I know most of you guys want to say this, but it's just the truth. Reddit is one of the most blue-pilled platforms out there, besides TikTok, yeah, and Instagram. But let's get back to TikTok. So, first of all, who made TikTok? The Chinese government. In China, they have a different version of TikTok, which the Western countries don't have. In China, if you're under 14, you see protective things like experiments and people getting a diploma. No, wait, I'm saying the wrong language. A degree. And what do you see here as degeneracy and softcore porn? I know it seems like I'm watching somewhere else, but I just make the wrong thing of watching myself on the screen instead of watching the camera. So that's why I'm like looking like that. Like 13-year-old boys in the West, they see softcore porn, which is just really, really sad. Now, there is a saying that goes, if you want to destroy a nation, any nation without war, make adultery or nudity common in the young. and it's becoming more and more reasonable because it's just happening with TikTok and like all these countries and like all the the younger people see like those degenerate videos, and they if they watch more and more of that, they become more and more degenerate, which will eventually lead them to falling the nation. What I mean by that is, let's say, for example, USA and China had a war, and um, men of USA, no, just three the boys from the USA who have watched TikTok all their lives, don't have a purpose, don't have a family to defend or someone they love to defend, go to war against those Chinese soldiers which have like a family at home, which have built a lot of things. Who do you think will win the war? And now you might ask, what's the problem of having no families? That families are most important thing of a nation because they keep the nation alive. And if people are going to become degenerate and have like sex outside of marriages, they don't want to get married, which just ooh boom lets the nation fall, because families, like I said, are the most important thing for any nation. That is just basically destroying a nation by the inside, and I'm speaking from experience because when I opened TikTok, even if I don't wanted to, I wanted to see like gaming videos and so, but I was seeing like girls my age or older just shaking ass, which just shows how fucked the algorithm is. For real, man, I see just everyone around me watching TikTok for hours and hours, thinking that it's good for their brain or that they are gonna be happy after watching, but they don't know that they're just fucking up their minds. You know, like people watch those like debates on TikTok, like let's say, you know, Avengers, let's say Captain America versus Iron Man, like strength and those things. After you watch that, what's gonna change? Really, really, what's gonna change? What's the purpose of watching that stupid video? It's just the thing that's changed is your brain, you fried it up a little bit more, which is already bad, and you wasted time, and your attention span is shortened by a couple milliseconds. A couple milliseconds might not seem like might not seem like a lot, but if you watch, let's say, 100 videos every, no, 1,000 videos every day, then that's around 10 seconds shortened every day. That's not good. You know, people are saying TikTok is funny, I enjoyed it my whole life, but they are just chasing that little laugh, and when they see a funny video, this is the most they will laugh. They can laugh a lot, but that's just when their humor is broken and take all that shit funny. Those videos. That's really, really sad to see, because you see them like with soulless faces and like broken faces opening TikTok, watching it for a little dopamine spike of half a second, and they're just watching half an hour. When I go to visit, I just like everyone when the conversation is ended or it's silenced a bit, everyone just straight up like a bat, pick up their phone, look at the TikTok, open TikTok, watch it for 5 minutes, sometimes even 30 minutes, because they have nothing to do or can't come up with something to speak about. My nose is itchy, man. They are then also searching for a video for half an hour, like I said, that gives a dopamine spike of 1 second, and showing to the others like what's gonna change if you see like cats doing funny things. What's gonna change that in your life? 5 second laugh, yeah. You just have that if you made a joke in your conversation, not with TikTok. There's also done an experiment with mouses, like two of the same sort of mouses, put in different cages. Let's say a mouse A and mouse B. Mouse A, every time. Oh, wait, let me just reform. They got a wheel inside, which if they spin, they get a reward, and both of them. Mouse A, every time he spinned, he got like every time one cheese. And mouse B, one time he spent one time he spent 0, one time he spent 3, 5, 10. Who do you think was spinning the wheel more? Must be right. That's just the same. That's just the same tactic as TikTok. Like, it's, you see one funny video, you scroll for 3 videos. You see again a funny, scroll for 10. Again a funny, scroll for 5 funny. It's just basically like playing in the casino, but with your phone and with your fingers, like this, doing this. It's like you got FOMO. FOMO is the thing that it means fear of missing out, and it mostly happens on those social media apps. I don't think anywhere else. It happens at TikTok, at Instagram, at Facebook, Reddit too, I think, and Discord too. It's just they don't want to miss the funny videos that are now on the platform, on the homepage, when they scroll for half an hour, to get a little bit of that dopamine spike, of that dopamine. The process with dopamine spikes is that, let's say you open TikTok. Okay, you watch one video, you say, I'm gonna watch 5 videos. You say, watch 1, 2, 3, 4, and at the 5th, you get a dopamine spike. You say again, I want to watch 5 videos. 6, 7, and at the 8th, you get a dopamine spike. Again 5, 8, at the 9th, you get a dopamine spike. 10, 20, 30, it doesn't end. It doesn't end. You just keep scrolling, and it's just also the homepage doesn't end. You can keep scrolling for hours and hours a day. It doesn't end. That's also manipulative, and when you want to leave, your brain, your dopamine, your Jeffrey brain, it says like, no, stay. I want a dopamine. So basically, you just can't leave. It's really sad to see people like this these days. TikTok and other social media platforms are doing this on purpose, so they get more money, more cash. Because the longer you spend, the longer time you spend on an app, the more money they make. So disadvantage, advantage. That's just. Do you know also that TikTok listens to you outside of the app? Not only TikTok, but most of the apps, social media, and even Google, I think. But how it is like, wait, this is an actionable step. Like, write a couple of sentences on a paper, close your phone fully, then go and close TikTok, also like swipe it away, and then start to talk about these things. For example, start to talk about dog toys. Dog toys. I want a dog house. I want a dog toys. When you open TikTok, do that for 1 minute straight. When you open TikTok again, you may see a couple of videos of dog toys. That's just that they listen outside of your phone to match your interests, so they can keep you longer on the platform. If you care about your mental health, delete TikTok. Don't listen to these Jeffreys everywhere. Maybe even your parents who say like, dopamine is good. It's good to have a little dopamine spikes once in a time. That's just a lie. That's Jeffrey propaganda. You ever seen someone watching TikTok with like a happy face? They're just sat there watching like, mouth breathing, which is also bad. Mouth breathing isn't good, and they say it makes them happy, but basically it just doesn't. And also their posture, like best postures, like straight up. When you watch TikTok, when you sit in a chair, most of the time like sitting like this, which just makes your posture really, really bad. And have you ever seen an influencer successful like advertise saying, "Oh, TikTok is good. I watch TikTok 5 hours a day. It's really, really good to just spend time on TikTok." No. Then why do you keep on watching TikTok and you want to be successful? Those two things don't match together. It's just really sad, man. Do the hard work, especially when you don't feel like it.